Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Nat from Studio Hacks here. It is bright and early in Australia, 6:30 in the morning, and I am going to do something that I have never done before. That's right. I'm going to see what the fuss is about and try FL Studio. Why am I wanting to use FL Studio? Well, I've been a professional music producer for about 8-9 years now. And my weapon of choice, my favorite program to use is Ableton Live. I use Pro Tools a lot in the studio. Lately, I have been doing a lot of tutorials on GarageBand because I have been involved with some high school age education, and GarageBand seems to be a great program for people starting out in music production. But people have been telling me FL Studio. You can see here I've typed in GarageBand, Ableton, and Pro Tools. This is searches over time. Now let's make this worldwide, and let's go over the past 5 years. I'm interested to see. I did this before, but I haven't looked at the worldwide stats. Okay, you can see that Ableton Live is the clear winner worldwide. We've got Pro Tools, and then GarageBand, and Pro Tools has gone down, and GarageBand has actually gone up in the last little while. But let's go FL Studio. See if people are interested in FL Studio. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Let's have a look at just America, because that's where most of my subscribers are. Let's see if it's popular in America as well. So you can see there, look, Fruity Loop Studio is above the top, and it's used probably more than any other digital audio workstation out of these four, or at least it's searched for. So let's have a look at what all the fuss is about, and I'm going to go ahead and install FL Studio and have a bit of a muck around, and this will be the first time I've ever used it, so this should be fun. I will pause the video. I'll be right back with you. Okay, I've opened up Fruity Loops for the first time, and what I've done is big shout out to In The Mix. I've watched a beginner's tutorial just to get the basic gist of it and how it works. But I found the way that you think of it, if you think of it like a traditional digital audio workstation, it doesn't really quite work that way. It's not as intuitive. You have to kind of come at this by the looks of it as a loop-based composition tool. So let's have a little play around, and let's see if we can just make a basic track here. So it's pattern-based, so it's really unfamiliar for me, but just having a look at this video, I basically figured out that you create these little patterns here. So let's create a kick, and let's just make this a bit slower here. So I'm going to use this sequencer here to pop in a kick. We're just going to do a 4 on the floor. We'll just do some kind of psytrance-y sort of thing. So if I hit play, we're going to make a new pattern, and let's add in snare and hats like this. And we got a little volume and pan right here. So this is kind of cool because what you do is you paint in a pattern once you've clicked on it here to the arrange, so you're making a bit of an arrangement here. And then we just sort of paint it in. It's kind of, it's different, but I like it. And then if we want to listen to it, we switch over. All right, let's add some bass. I want to get a sidechain bass. And I did figure this out really quickly just before. So I'm going to make another pattern. And let's call this SC bass, because I want to sidechain that to the kick. And if you don't know what sidechain is, you'll hear it in a moment. So let's now, I'm so clumsy with this. I'm so used to other digital audio workstations. But I'm going to pick a sound here. I did find, what was it, GMS? No, Sawyer. This had some good sounds in it. It's kind of nice. Let's give that a crack. And what I want to do is just do this crazy hit on every note here. If I paint that in. Actually, I need a different note, so I'm going to right click and get rid of those. And then I'm going to move these down. Let's do the key of F. Why not? Let's paint this in. Have a listen to this in all together. Alright, so the cool thing is I figured out how to sidechain. So what we do is I'm going to actually name these tracks. How do I name these tracks? Sidechain bass. So when I go over to the mixer here, I can highlight the sidechain bass. And here's the kick here. So we're going to sidechain that over there. And then on the bass track here, we're going to add a fruity limiter. And under the compressor here, I can get a sidechain going by cranking this threshold down. Let's have a listen. Cool, that's that real sidechain, like psytrance kind of crazy sidechain bass. And every time the kick is hitting, it's basically pushing the volume down on the bass, so you get that pumping feeling. And now finally, let's add some chords. So this is kind of fun. I think I'm going to have some fun with Fruity Loops Studio. When I first opened it, it was not intuitive to me, but I'm kind of getting the gist of it now. I like this instrument flex. Let's try some flex. Let's listen for some. I want a kind of chords. I want some chords here. I'm just been mucking around with a few sounds. Let's give this one a go. I'm just playing this on my MIDI keyboard. Yeah, that'll work. So let's, instead of playing this in, because I'm a keyboard player, I often make the mistake of just playing stuff in, but I know a lot of you aren't keyboard players, so let's just do this only with the mouse. So now I want to pop this on track number 4, and I'm going to open the piano roll right here, and this is in the key of F, so this is this note here. Make a long note. F, there we are. And I just want to make that note a bit shorter there. Let's do this. Nice. So now I can just paint that in. Okay, I got a bit mixed up with my tracks there. Now I've managed to separate that. I had them both on the same track here. So let's have a quick listen. So the last thing I want to do is just pop a little effect on these snare and hats. So let's see. I'm feeling super Gumby here, not knowing what I'm doing, but I'm sure I'll learn it one day. Okay, so I just want a little bit of reverb on this hat. Let's put a little bit on the bass, actually. That didn't sound too bad. Let's now put some on the snare and hats. Well, there's a quick little tune in Fruity Loops Studio. That was kind of fun and kind of frustrating. What I really want to do is have a bit more of a play with this, maybe for a few hours, and watch a few more tutorials, because I feel like there's so much I want to do. There's some really good sounds, some fantastic instruments in here, and I'm really not used to the way that this works. So I'd really love to learn a little bit more about this piece of software, so that what I'm thinking in my head and the creative things I want to do, I can express that just as quickly by learning those technical elements. So I was a little bit skeptical about FL Studio, just because I don't know why. I don't know why I was skeptical. I guess I really love my Ableton Live. This is very different. So I'm going to put some more time into Fruity Loops Studio, and hopefully add it to my arsenal of music production tools. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're a Fruity Loops Studio user, shout out in the comments section, and maybe I'll pop up some more Fruity Loop FL Studio videos in the future. I'll see you in the next video.